Hello, thanks to John Ray for another review, a live review, or re-live, or whenever you watch it. Got a beer here from the Treehouse Brewing Company. There you go. And this is their Space and Time. So these guys are out of Massachusetts, as you probably already know. Pretty globally hyped brewery. I was fortunate enough to win this on an Instagram competition I'm guessing about 4 or 5 months ago, something like that, from my good friend Harry. What are the chances of that? And it wasn't fixed. I just don't think many people entered. So yeah, I've got this, and I've got another Treehouse beer, another dark beer called Abstraction. That'll be coming up soon-ish. So I haven't really been drinking much over Christmas. Hope you had a good Christmas. Anyone who's watching live, just not, or watches the rerun. Yeah, I hope you had a good time, and yeah, got a bit of time to myself for a few days. So I thought I'm going to have my kind of Christmas presents beer form now, starting from now really. Reviewed one earlier, and that'll be coming up soon. But yeah, this, well, I'll show you now actually. I've just reviewed it, but it'll be coming up in a not too distant future. Beer from the Neon Raptor Brewing Company on Cracked Hooves, New England IPA 6.8. So let's get on with this beer in hand. It's saying Space and Time is a double mash extended boil imperial stout. It says stout, so an imperial stout then. It says 8.8 on tapped and imperial pour, so I don't know what's going on there. I'm trying to find the ABV on this beer, and I can't find it. It's got a weird label. It's very faded, and you can just about make out that sort of their emblem there, but it says an imperial porter untapped. I went for that, and this, on here they're saying a imperial stout. So there you go. So this is a 1 pint can. So I don't even know what that is in mils or fluid ounces or whatever. Somehow, what's that? Facts of the same thing. Don't know. This can was actually, well, the beer was put in the can, shall I say, on June the 13th of 2019. So this beer is no longer in production as well, apparently. So let me get this rubbish off the top of this can. I didn't even realise there was bits and pieces on it. It's always when you go live. There you go. Get this nonsense off the top here. There we go. So yeah, we're looking forward to trying this for a little while, and the other one, of course, because obviously they're more kind of like they're hoppy beers, they're haze for days kind of stuff. The New England IPAs, born out of this and probably Trillium Brewery, I guess. Anyway, I'm waffling on. Let's crack it open then and see what sort of beer we get out of this with my phone in case it goes everywhere, which wouldn't be a good thing. Nice easy crack on the opening of the can. I'm getting aromas already, which is cool. I'm going to use a 4 Pure glass here, and look at that coming out of there. Wow, that's dark. Let's try and generate a little bit of a head on this one. Wow. 8.8. It's very kind of very carbonated. At that kind of hiss of a like a can of Coke, pouring a can of Coke sort of thing. It's got a very rich, dark kind of. You can't really see it because it's out of focus. Let me just do that a little bit, and then you can see it's got that sort of a very kind of, it's just basically the outside of the top of the beer. There's a ring, but yeah, very kind of obviously mocha, very dark, kind of tan coloured head on that one. So into the light, when it was pouring out, you can see it was jet black, and it is absolutely jet black on this one. There's a little bit of alcohol legs on this beer. But yeah, it didn't really pour much of a head. I was expecting a little bit more. I mean, I know it's 8.8. The bigger stouts, I know they don't, but yeah, I was expecting a little bit more. Where it's an Imperial Porter, that's what Untapped is saying, and this is an Imperial Stout. That's what it's saying on the can, so we go with that, I guess. So yeah, jet black. Let's get an aroma then on this thing. Very kind of there's a little bit kind of leathery, meaty kind of whiff coming off this. Room temperature, this can, or this beer, shall I say. Well, both the can and the beer, room temperature. A very kind of dark, kind of baker's chocolate sort of thing. Yeah, very leathery, very big roasted malts. Let's go in for this one. Cheers. Let's go in another one. Oh yeah, I'm getting pipe tobacco, leather. A real deep kind of, not quite to the burnt kind of category, but of the roasted malts. A little bit of booze, not too much. Very nice smooth mouthfeel once you get past that initial flavour and taste. Flavour and taste. Because they're different, you know. Very deep, very very decadent. A little bit of booze, a little bit of warming kind of sensation coming through now after a couple of mouthfuls or so. But yeah, wow, very kind of. There's a little bit of. I'm getting more kind of that meaty, kind of burnt kind of brisket on the nose, but it's not really coming through on the palate. But yeah, definitely getting that roasty, toasty malts, which is obvious, really. And it's nice to try a dark beer from Treehouse. I mean, very lucky to win that competition from Harry. So there you go. There's a little bit of dark fruit, but it's not. It's very minimal for me. This is more of a creamy, becoming more of a, once I'm acclimatizing the beer on the palate, it's a little bit more kind of smoother, creamy sort of thing going on. But I don't know what the IBUs are for this beer. It wasn't listed on Untapped. We'll check Untapped in a minute. Definitely a sweetness coming from it. I don't know. Let's have a look, see what it says on the thing. I got to a certain point, and then I got to the stout bit. I'm like, oh, okay, it's a stout. Yeah, it's a pure, rugged, and laced with bold flavours as a fraction of the extraordinary European roasted and crystal malts. Extraordinary crystal malts. Okay. Amid a world of sweetness, space and time rebels, putting forth the intense flavours of baker's chocolate, roasted malt, and a firm, sturdy bitterness that entices the next sip. It asks us to reflect upon I can't even say that word, inexorable march of time. Enjoy. I am enjoying. Doesn't give an ABV on this can, which is bizarre, unless it's in the small part here that's really, really damn hard to actually see. Government warnings, etc. You get in the States, I guess. It may cause health problems, so there you go. I've got one person watching, so thank you. It's very tasty beer. It's slightly sticky. The body of this beer is, I'd say, the lower end of a full. I'd say. I reckon it's getting in that sort of ballpark. But it's a little bit, for me, it's quite one-dimensional. It's sweet, sticky, it's bold. The body of the beer is really damn good. Apart from the other flavours I've already mentioned, I want it to do something else. I don't know. Perhaps I want it to be a little bit sweeter. It's very kind of that. It's very bitter, I'd say. I just want it a little bit sweeter, just to balance it up a little bit. I mean, this was canned in June. Yeah, June the 13th. Well, it's an 8.8% beer. It's not really going to affect it, this style of beer, of course. It's really good, but I was expecting a little bit more. Because there's some amazing stouts out there these days, and it's really nice to try a stout from these guys. Not knocking it back or nothing, but compared to what's out there, it's kind of like, but free Treehouse is free Treehouse, so it is what it is. But being honest, if I'd have actually bought this, but I don't know how much this would be a can in the UK from like certain traders, 15, 16 quid a can, around that kind of ballpark, I would be a little bit disappointed. I've had a better dark beer. I think it's PM Dawn from Trillium. Had that on tap a couple of years ago with Jake at prior to the buyout at Beavertown Brewery, and it was probably my beer of, I think, the 6 or 7 we tried that day. Over their kind of New England style beers, which they're renowned for. This is not on that kind of level for me, but it's still amazing to try, of course. Let's see if we've got any comments. I don't think we have, so no. But there's 3 people watching, so thanks for tuning in at this late hour or early hour if you're stateside or in Canada or wherever, or very late. You might be in Asia, wherever. But yeah, one more taste and I'll give it a rating, I think. Slightly boozy. It's almost like a chocolate liqueur sort of decadence about it. I just wanted to do a little bit more. Perhaps I'm just being greedy, probably. And I give it, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Still a damn good beer, of course. And I'm absolutely pumped to actually get to try another beer from Treehouse. It is what it is, as they say. So yeah, 8 out of 10 from me. We'll go over to Untapped and see if I can remember how to screen share. I don't know if this is actually going to work, but we'll find out in a second. So I do that, and then we'll go there, and then hopefully you can see, because I should get my other screen on my phone just to make sure stuff, because I don't trust my laptop. Sorry about this. Can I find? Probably not. Oh, there we go. So it is working. Just making sure. Cool beans. So it is working. Just making sure. Let me just turn that down because we're getting echo on my phone. Yay. So as you've already seen the stats, but I'll go through it anyway. So we've got a lot of total check-ins then. 3,660 total. 78 in the last 30 days. So yeah, not many people have kind of held on to the beer since June. So that kind of sort of tells you. So 2,963 total ratings then. 4.12. So it's actually 65 IBUs. There's me saying, oh, there's no IBUs. And there is 65. It's quite bitter. Yeah, I thought it was a little bit more bitter than sweet. I just like it to be a little bit more, sweeter, I guess. I've got that kind of pastry stout kind of ruined my palate, I think, on this one. So, and it's pretty much what I've already covered by the looks of it. I know I've actually read this before. Bitter dark chocolate smoke. I'm getting that a little bit, apart from getting a bit more leather and stuff like that. An espresso, coffee. I wasn't really picking up much coffee. Nah, I mean it's there, of course, but it wasn't one of them obvious. It's coffee. It's this. It's that. It's more of a roasty, toasty malt, dark baker's chocolate kind of vibe. A little bit leathery, quite bitter from them kind of roasted malts. Still a great beer though. But yeah, 8 out of 10 from me, or 4 out of 5 on Untappd. I'm giving it. The overall ratings out, almost getting on for 3,000 total ratings, is 4.12. So there you go. That's a mega score, really. But so we'll stop sharing this, and we'll get back to here. Have we got any more comments? Have we got any comments? We haven't got any more comments because we've never had any comments. So there you go. But there's 6 people watching. I might do another quick live review coming up soon. I'm not too sure what to do. It might be a pale beer in the next sort of 20 minutes or so. I haven't done no thumbnails or anything yet. So yeah, if you're around for the next half hour or so, I'll be back shortly with another review. So yeah, hope you had a great Christmas. Everyone who's watching, who watches it after. Still no comments, which is cool. Not really, but yeah, you know what I mean. Anyway, thanks for watching this one, and I'll be back shortly with another review. Got a free weekend, so I'm gonna be indulging a little bit this late hour. Anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully you can join me in about 10 minutes or so. Cheers.